Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the In the Mixer podcast with me, Phil, and my lovely, glamorous assistants, Mr. Elias and Mrs. Michael.
Maximus.
Hey.
Maximus Michael. Michael, you're living life to the Maximus right now.
No, I just did a Mrs. impression and nobody acknowledged it.
No, we heard it. We just
all right.
It was
embarrassed.
Okay.
Totally embarrassed. Yeah. So, Euros, football. How have we been enjoying the knockouts, the knockout rounds and drama? Because they do add a little bit of lovely drama.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Fun.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Been a good
okay,
round of
well,
16.
Deep.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
We're done. See you later, guys.
I especially like
No,
the
we
part
will-
where England got knocked out, but that's...
Wow.
We've had to drop it in. It's not even 5 minutes.
Wow.
Not even.
You're
5.
not even Icelandic. Icelandic, not
You're
Icelandic.
the wrong
Seafood.
Scandinavian.
Icelandic is something completely different. But anyway,
Disease.
yes. Well, do you want to start with England? Because I feel like we should probably start low and
End on a
or
high.
this could be a massive backhand because we could start really bad and then just have a really low self-esteem run through the show.
I'm happy.
As we're all, you'll be all right. Yeah.
Just get Elias to
I
present
mean, you're
the rest.
over your elimination, so right. So yeah, okay. Come on, then England. Come on,
Come on,
England.
Elias. Come on, Elias. Let's let Elias go. Let's let
Yeah.
Elias stick the knife in, and we'll turn it, Michael. We can turn the knife.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that Sterling was England's best player on the pitch, which was...
Disagree.
Okay. Well,
Disagree.
don't turn the knife then. Yeah, and pretty much everybody else sucked. That's my analysis of that
Fair
game.
judgment.
Wait, are you saying that Sterling was England's best player because he was the first to get off the pitch?
That too, but no, I just felt like he tried, and he actually won the penalty the first 5 minutes, and yeah, he looked better than he did for the first games of the groups.
Yeah. It was a lovely ball by Sturridge for that penalty win. And it was actually a very inspirational first 4 minutes for England, actually. I've actually felt quite optimistic.
It reminded me of that World Cup game where was it Sterling that hit the side net in then?
Italy, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously this went the same way pretty much.
It's like all of England's games. They always start really early.
Just come out of the blocks really fast and then
Oh, you
just
remember the Rob Green one? What was it, World Cup 2010 I think it was 2010, obviously. And then we started really well, got the early goal against USA, and then Rob Green did that howler.
yeah,
Just
and,
like the competition was over at that point.
and again I think we can judge this game of having a goalkeeping howler as well with Iceland's
words.
second goal. I don't know whether you agree or not.
Yeah, I think it's hard not to agree. I think, but the problem is, well, let's go to their first goal. Their first goal was a long
It
throw,
was beautiful.
Yep.
Like
flick on.
the
I missed
flick
it.
on was amazing.
I actually
I
missed
don't
it.
understand. I've never like England. Right, I said this later on Twitter. England had two long throws towards the end of the game in like the last 20 minutes. First ball headed away, immediately headed away. Why can't England, with two Premier League international centre backs, figure out how to head away a long throw? Is beyond me.
There's lots of things they should have figured out across the
Oh,
process
man.
of the tournament. They didn't.
I said that it would be our defence that let us down. I said we should go into every game expecting to score more than one goal because we'll concede every game. And that's pretty much what we did, apart
Yeah.
from Slovakia, who just decided to play like 11-0-0.
Yeah.
But that was shambolic. And then the second goal, I mean, Joe Hart's at fault, all right. But how he even gets the space to shoot?
Yeah, exactly. I think,
It's
and
unbelievable.
I think for one of the first times in the tournament, I think Eric Dyer was massively at fault for that goal because he just was like non-existent, like at all. He was just sort of he was walking in front of the defence when the ball was played in before the 1-2 or whatever it was, and then when when the shot's taken, he's still just walking like directly behind the guy, like he's just non-existent there. And it was such a woeful England performance. We don't need to go into detail on it, but it really was woeful. Everything was poor. Like everything was poor. Like even the penalty, you can't even take a positive from that. Like 4 minutes of the game were good.
Hey, it was a good penalty. That's a positive.
Yeah, like it was, and we had we didn't create much at all. I think that like the main thing that let us down a lot was our set pieces because we had a lot of them and didn't take advantage of them, and that wasn't even just Kane taking free kicks. I don't think we beat the front man at all, which is what I criticised Jordan Henderson for massively in the previous game, and yet we didn't do it in the next game either. And I think that's something that massively contributed to England not creating anything.
It's unbelievable how I mean, it just shows you Harry Kane. He was awful set pieces this tournament, and how no one has come over and even thought about asking to. No one's gone up and said, "Oh, can I take them? Can I take them?" Because no one. Is that because we've got no dead ball specialists in our team at all? Like who I'm trying to think what English players take set pieces for their clubs apart from Rooney. I don't think there are any.
Does still
It's
take
Kyle
corners for
Walker
City?
Kyle Walker for powerful free kicks, but it's not like any crossing free kick takers. There's no James Ward-Prowse or Fabregas.
Well, does Lallana chip in for set pieces for Liverpool?
Not really. I mean, this is unbelievable because this is a generation that probably grew up watching. I mean, I'm 24 now, and I remember watching Beckham when I was in primary school, secondary school, right? And I'm older than a lot of the players in that squad, and a lot of those players have grown up watching David Beckham. So how none of them have been been in awe of him and wanting to be good at just be good at practicing corners and free kicks. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we've seen how important free kicks have been in this tournament because the amount that have been scored. Like Wales, a lot of two of their games were massively influenced by free kick goals. So I don't understand how. Not even the fact that if nobody can take them, nobody's even stepped up to take responsibility of the. It was so obvious to everyone watching at home, so it must have been on the pitch that Harry Kane on set pieces wasn't working. So I don't know how nobody stepped up, but yeah.
I think that's been one of my biggest issues with this tournament so far, in terms of England, especially this game, is the fact that the senior players like Hart, I'll go from the back, Hart, Cahill, you could probably count Smalling maybe, and Rooney. None of them have stepped up. None of them have taken responsibility and kicked those young players up the arse and taken control of the squad. And Joe Hart, right? He was obviously shouting at the players before the game and in halftime and stuff, right? Trying to fire them up and things. But no one, for instance, seemed to be able to calm any of the England players down. And when they were in that position that they were in that game against Iceland, they were completely just scared. They were petrified. They were just no one seemed to be able to calm them down. Just take them to one side. Like Rooney is the captain. I mean, everyone wondered why he was given the captaincy when he was given it, and there was just the experience didn't show in that team at all.
Yeah,
and it just became young kids who didn't know what they were doing and just panicked.
I think
and just
Ian Wright covered this post match as well. He was saying that Joe Hart obviously hasn't had a great tournament, and before the game he was pumped up, jumping up and down, shouting and whatever, and it looked false. And I actually completely agreed with him in that there was nobody in that squad to take control, calm these young players down. And then when Joe Hart, one of the most experienced players in that squad now, even though it doesn't seem like it, I think it's his third major tournament now for England. He was stood there jumping about and it was so false. It was almost like he was trying to bring himself up because I feel that his confidence was pretty low after the mistakes that he made in the group stages, and then obviously made another one yesterday. So yeah, I think that the team mentality was wrong, and Roy Hodgson's job's gone because he's lost his job because of it. I think.
I don't think it even took an hour from the final whistle.
No, I mean, I know I'm not the host, but do you want to discuss it? Roy Hodgson going? I know you've got.
I don't think there's particularly much to discuss. I think he probably was in the job longer than he perhaps deserved to be after the last World Cup. I think a lot of England managers only get one tournament. Few get two, and then very, very lucky ones get three, and he seemed to be one of those very, very lucky ones. I think he's just fortunate that no better managers became available, and there are no better managers.
I think that's still the case
no
now.
Better English managers.
Yeah.
Well, there are no English managers now. There have been people. The favourites for the job at the moment, I think, is Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
I
was having a big discussion with some friends yesterday about Gareth Southgate. I completely can understand why he's the favourite, and I would agree with him being given the opportunity, given the success he's had with the under-21s. It's almost like, at a club level, if a manager is sacked, the assistant manager does tremendously well, the assistant manager should get an opportunity at the first team job. but it's Gareth Southgate, and he did get Middlesbrough relegated from the Premier League.
Yeah, I think they tried that slightly with Pearce. I think Pearce did a couple of games. Obviously, Pearce had the Olympic team as well, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it just didn't really work for him. So I don't think that's an exact science, but I appreciate what you're saying. I'd personally probably the best manager you can get at the moment. I think AVB's available.
Yeah,
But then again, I don't think a lot of people would agree with me. But I think he's probably the best manager who's currently available that you couldn't if you're not counting managers that are at clubs.
Yeah, I think.
Because unless you get Gareth Southgate on a temporary basis, I don't see any point in, I don't know who you bring in.
The only English manager I'd want is Eddie Howe.
It's too early for him.
It's too early. Well, I think, I think Eddie Howe would almost fit with the squad mentality in the terms of squad being picked and that it's young and exciting. But it is too early and as for Eddie Howe, I don't think he'll take it because it'll ruin his career if he doesn't do a good job, and he's very young. So I don't know who else. Who are you whispering, Elias?
Stan Collymore.
Wow. But going back to the serious point, Eddie Howe, I think arguably an unproven manager. He's only had one season in the Premier League.
Yep.
He left Bournemouth to go to Burnley, didn't particularly do well there, got sacked, and then went back to Bournemouth. So it's whether he can do it. He might be just one of those one club managers who's just brilliant at Bournemouth, and wherever else he goes, he just can't really hack it. So until he proves that, perhaps with a few more seasons in the Premier League, perhaps then you give him the England job. But I think it's a massive gamble. But then again, I think probably every manager's a gamble at this point.
Yeah, especially for England, yeah.
But yeah, going back to the game anyway, I think we have to give Iceland their dues. They played very well.
Great credit to them. They did exactly what they've done in this tournament so far and what they did through qualifying, and just beat teams by just pure togetherness and.
Aaron Gunnarsson, man, what a player he was in that game, and it's been throughout the tournament. He's just everywhere on the pitch, and he created the second goal, I think, with his forward pass. Well, he started at least, and he also had a chance in I think it was the 85th or 86th minute to actually seal the deal. But if he was a better attacking player, he would have scored there. But his touch got the better of him, and unfortunately didn't score.
But yeah, Iceland fans as well, fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
What is that thing they do? They do the clap and then the ooh.
It reminds me of Galatasaray or Fenerbahce fans.
Yeah,
okay, perhaps not the best endorsement, but
with the chants, not with the hooligans.
Not with the assaults and the flares.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. So fair play to Iceland. They will play France. Hilarious thing after the France game. A British journalist talking to Evra. I think he's probably the most recent Premier League player who's there. No, he can't be because there are. But you know what I mean. Anyway, he's a Premier League player. Obviously, he can speak very good English after spending a lot of time at Manchester United. British journalist came up to him and said, "How do you feel about facing England in the next round? How do you think you'll get past England in the next round?" And Evra just sat there. So they said they haven't got past Iceland yet. You shouldn't be so confident.
Yeah.
And then he just must be sitting there laughing now, the arrogance of the English journalists and fans. It's just the amount of people who made jokes, even on the television, the pundits and things, just making jokes about England getting past Iceland. No one took them seriously, Iceland, and it just came back to bite us in the arse.
Yep.
Man, I'm down now. I'm actually down.
On to France Island.
We shouldn't have started with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, from more depression from our nation's depression to a neighbours.
Yeah.
Ireland versus France. France, of course, coming through 2-1 after a fabulous start by Ireland. I mean, they came out of the box just so quick and won that penalty instantly, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you see the penalty incident? Pogba just clumsy.
Yeah, it was. It was almost like he couldn't get himself out of the way and just chose to give it away. It was almost lazy. It was He was very lucky it didn't cost France.
Yeah. It's just. Yeah, it was poor, but I think it was a Rami slip as well in the build-up. I think he was about to clear it away and he slipped, and then the ball come through and eventually fell to Long, who won the penalty. And there's something about these pitches anyway. Players keep falling over, it seems. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Robbie Brady slammed the penalty away and off the post. Great penalty. And Ireland in the first half didn't even particularly look uncomfortable.
No,
they pretty much bossed the game in the first half.
Yeah, it was almost like Iceland's performance, really. It was they could have been more than one up. Like they were impressive.
Yeah.
They're very impressive.
But then came the second half, and Antoine Griezmann decided he would like to turn up and scored a header like he did against was it Romania he scored his header, or Albania? I can't remember. I think it was Albania, but anyway, pretty much a carbon copy of that. Lovely little ball cross. I can't remember who put the cross. It was Sanya. Okay, yeah, it's a good little ball and a lovely header. He's proving more of an aerial threat than Giroud.
Sagna is just
somehow.
me. Yeah.
We said the fullbacks would be an issue for them, and it hasn't seemed to be. The actual issue for France seems to be the actual centre back pairing. To be honest.
Yeah,
Rami and Koscielny don't look entirely comfortable.
Even there, they don't look very uncomfortable either. They just look a bit like they haven't really played with each other that much, but still they're pretty solid, and yeah, I think they can go like at least another step now against Iceland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to write Iceland off like England did, but I feel that France is I think I said on Twitter yesterday that even if we'd have got past Iceland yesterday, I think France would embarrass us because France are, even when these other nations are not playing well, they still keep some sort of solidarity throughout the team, and I still don't think Deschamps completely knows that French team still, and I still don't think France are at their best at all. But they're still better than England, and I think they should probably beat Iceland because they do have a lot more solid defence. Like their defence has had a relatively good tournament, but I do feel that they kind of do rely a little bit on a few minutes of magic kind of thing. Like Antoine Griezmann scored like 2 in 3 minutes, was it, or something in that game?
Yeah.
So
to be fair, France did play a lot better in the second half.
Yes, they did. Yeah, completely. But I still feel that. I don't know. I still feel there's something missing from that France team, and Pogba a little bit. Like I feel that Pogba's a little bit off form.
Yeah, he hasn't hit the heights that everyone perhaps thought he would.
Yeah, I mean he was very hyped up before the tournament, and I think that's maybe why France aren't playing as well as people are expecting them to.
I think it's the fact that perhaps they haven't needed to. The hardest opposition they played so far is Switzerland. They played Switzerland, Romania, Albania, and now Republic of Ireland.
And Switzerland was in a no-pressure game as well.
Yeah, and now they're going to play Iceland. None of these teams they're going to see. They have to really get into top gear for. You know what I mean? They can almost take not put their foot all the way down on the gas, and they can almost stroll past these teams. And then perhaps when they come up against it'll be Germany or Italy in the semi-finals, correct? I think. So if they get through, and then perhaps we'll see a France that really kick on and are really impressive and potential winners of this tournament.
Yeah. And
perhaps it will take a game like that to show how good they are. And perhaps that would have been the same for England as well. But you know, I think France probably when those big tests come, I think they probably will step up. But I think with Italy, we'll get onto it in a minute. I think France are going to really struggle to actually get to the final now. But it's going to be interesting. I think we all pretty much agree they'll get past Iceland. But then again, we said that about England. But yeah, I think they'll probably have too much, and their fans will be probably rocking that place out.
Do you think they'll miss not having Kante and Rami for that Iceland game, or do you don't think it'll matter?
No, I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah,
I think Kante's a quality player, but I think they'd rather lose him for this game
than for the next
risk
round.
Losing him for a semi.
Yeah, it's like what used to happen in the Champions League, where you get a player.
Deliberately,
it's like they're taking the hit for this Iceland game because it's less significant than the game that will be after it if they get through. But yeah,
I think they were saying on telly they'll probably play Kabay there in that position, and I think Kabay, although he's not as defensive and as mobile as Kante, I think he'll probably do as good a job against a team like Iceland, and perhaps when you get Kante back for that Germany or Italy game, if they get through, that'll definitely be beneficial for France. And maybe even the rest may do him good, considering he seems to always have his engine fully revved up. That guy, he's just everywhere all the time. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very good game at France Iceland. Actually, I think both teams are quite attacking. But yeah, we'll get on to previews a bit later. We'll do score predictions at the end of the reviews of the games. So that's one quarterfinal discussed. We'll go to the other side of the draw now and go from the orders the games were actually played. Switzerland-Poland was the actual first game we saw of the knockout stages. Ended with a win on penalties actually for Poland, and definitely the goal of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Which one of you wants to take the Xherdan Shaqiri bicycle kick?
That's mine to do it because I don't think it's the goal of the tournament.
I think it's goal.
Oh my god, you're the worst human.
It's not a lot, like long shots and whatever don't even come close to that. It's like at the perfect time. Like you got to remember, like the pressure of the match is like they've got to score at this point. Like 8 minutes to go. His technique is so good. Like the power he gets behind it, for starters. But I don't think that's the most impressive thing. The placement of it to just like clip off the post and go in from the edge of the box, like that's difficult. It's a difficult skill to do. Hit the ball off the ground, like off the post in, but to do it like back turn to goal, like 3-4 foot in the air, overhead kick or bicycle kick. Sorry, goal of the tournament, easy.
I don't even. What goal were you comparing? What goal?
Exactly.
What have you said? What do you think is better than that goal?
89th minute winner by Payet, first game of the tournament. I still got that in my favour because he just beats 3 men and just fucking smashes it. Yeah.
Oh, but come on, no.
No.
You may not even see another goal like that for possibly a year.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Wow. It really is unbelievable.
I agree. It is
He
unbelievable.
catches it so well.
He does. It's the placement of it
really
that's the most impressive thing. It's not even like it's just thundered past the keeper. It's just so well placed.
Yeah, he meant to do that.
Yeah,
he meant to score.
Yeah, he meant to score and place it perfectly.
Well, whether he did or not, it happened. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, you are such a critical bastard.
I'm a critical thinker. That's why I'm here.
The first goal was for Poland. Is it Jakub Blaszczykowski called Kuba to his friends?
yeah.
And commentators.
And his shirt creators, sponsors, whoever writes the names of the shirt. I think he has Kuba on the back of his shirt, doesn't he? Or does he?
I don't think so.
Not sure.
Does he not? Okay, well, anyway. Blaszczykowski, was that the goal on the counter-attack where they just passed it over and over and over and then he just sort of smashed it in?
Yeah, it just sort of eventually made it his way out to him, and he was just sort of left alone at the back post. It's a good finish as well. A bit questionable defending. I think I can't remember who it was that ducked. It might have been Liechtenstein that ducked out of the way of the ball to allow it to go all the way across.
Yeah.
But it's a good finish.
Tournament. He's looked a bit edgy.
I don't know what I mean. I think it was Liechtenstein. I can't really remember, but yeah, it was questionable defending. The ball shouldn't have made it that far, but yeah, it was a good finish through the keeper's legs.
Yeah. And once again, it was a goalless performance by Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah.
At least you said in the last podcast, Poland need to get him start scoring. Does it even matter if he starts scoring now because they're in the quarterfinals of the Euros? They're going to start coming up against the big boys very soon.
Yeah.
Well, they have actually with Portugal.
So of course it's
the boys.
Of course it matters why they start scoring.
But what I mean is that's a stupid question. But what I mean is that good enough with the Polish squad to get like because if they're already at a quarter, what I'm trying to say is if they're already at a quarterfinal without him scoring, will him starting to score really push them possibly to contenders to win the whole tournament?
Not to win it, but definitely to get further. Like I think they can beat Portugal.
I think they can.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They will, Portugal.
And if Lewandowski scores and starts to score like 3 goals a game, of course they're going to win it. Like there's nothing to it really.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. That sounds stupid, but yeah. Anyway, so the game ended in a 1-1 draw. So went to extra time. No goals for that whole amount of 30 minutes, and we went on to the dreaded penalty shootout. Oh, I hate penalty shootouts. Did you guys watch this penalty shootout? Because
Yes.
I didn't.
I think I did, yeah.
No.
I think all all of Poland's penalties were really good penalties, if I remember.
But they all went in, so that would
That
equate
that
with
that
a
would
penalty.
that would make sense.
Only one missed.
I'm trying to think who missed. It was
Arsenal's-
Xhaka, wasn't it? Yeah, of
Arsenal's
course.
new signing.
Oh,
Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
it was a really poor penalty as well.
Yes, it was.
He opened his body up far too much and just sort of smashed it wide.
Yes, not the first Arsenal player to. Oh no, he was the first.
He
He's
was-
not the
yeah.
last Arsenal player to miss
There
a
you
penalty in
go.
this
Really?
competition.
As
Sorry.
as a Tottenham fan, you thought you'd sneak that one in, didn't you?
Good digging.
Still finished
Yeah,
third.
so that was the decisive penalty. Ended up 5-4 on penalties. Poland through to face 2004
Sweden.
finalists and 2016 winners Portugal, who beat Croatia 1-0
Controversial.
Yeah.
after extra time. Portugal now in the quarterfinals of the Euro 2016 without winning a game in 90 minutes.
It's ridiculous.
Just
man.
drink it in. Just drink it in.
It's, it wasn't that
the
game I was
hatred.
expecting. That game.
Croatia just. I didn't actually watch it. If I'm honest, I couldn't watch it. I was not around.
Croatia had a lot of the ball. Well, a majority of the ball, but I don't think they hit the target once.
Sweden.
No.
And it was such a swing from what we'd seen, where they were so close to scoring like brilliant goals and actually scoring good goals and whatever, and to go out without. I've just got the stats up: 17 shots, 0 on target. Like, to go out in that fashion, I think they'll be really disappointed, because I think they were probably favourites to beat Portugal. Probably
I think they
favourites
were.
to beat Portugal in that game.
Yes.
With how the tournament had gone, but the same Portugal turned up. So
I said, but in the preview shows of this tournament, I said that Croatia, if they need to turn up, if they want to do anything in the tournament, they need Mandzukic especially to turn up. And they've had good tournaments probably from Modric, Perisic, Rakitic. Mandzukic didn't score a single goal again this tournament, and that has cost them. I mean, so many strike, but it's not just him. It's so many strike. Lewandowski, you have Kane, Giroud struggled to find the back of the net. You know, Muller hasn't scored. A lot of top class players, the top class main goal scoring threats for teams haven't scored for a lot of teams at all. So I don't know whether it's just the way that teams are playing, whether so many teams just playing so defensive that these teams are struggling just to score goals with their main threats. And we have seen quite a low scoring tournament so far. Although it hasn't been short of drama, it's been pretty dramatic and exciting.
yeah, I think the Poland Portugal game is a tale of two teams that have been a bit underperforming, and it'd be interesting to see, which team really turns up for, because I think that's if either of them are going to be serious contenders for this tournament, this is the game that they have to show it in, because Portugal have been so poor, and Poland, like, they haven't got Lewandowski scoring, they haven't used their main strength, and whatever. Like, gaming Portugal against Croatia was just like one of the poorest games of the tournament. That's the game where one of the teams has really got to show what they're about, I think, and I hope it's not like the worst game of the Euro so far, because I genuinely think it could. It has the potential to be that.
What's that? Portugal, Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah. P squared is going to be an interesting one for sure. It could be a tactical battle of the minds.
Don't think that's going to be true.
No.
When Cristiano Ronaldo's in a team, there's no tactics are going to shine through.
Okay. What about battle of the thighs?
What?
Milik's left foot. Milik's left leg versus Ronaldo's right.
Right.
Neither of which have particularly. Both have scored 2 goals. Neither of which have particularly, been clinical to say the least. It's going to be interesting to see how Portugal line up. Obviously, dropped Carvalho and Brian Fonte, which was more of what the Portuguese fans were expecting, I think. Cedric played as well instead of Varinha, so a lot of changes for them. And they haven't. I don't think they've kept the same 11 once, have they? This tournament? I don't believe so. Perhaps that could be completely wrong. But yeah, Portugal, I think, have probably more squad players at their disposal than Poland, which will help them as the deeper they go into the tournament, of course.
Yeah.
But if like you say, Lewandowski and co do step up their game, then they probably could blow Portugal away because they haven't particularly been impressive. But I have had a feeling. So
7-1.
7-1 exactly.
Yeah, the
I
tree
didn't
hugger.
say that they were gonna go. See, when I said 7-1, 7 was the amount of games they wouldn't win in 90 minutes, and 1 was the amount of Euro championships they'd lift at the end of the tournament.
Oh, right.
Boom.
Okay.
They're going to win
So
on penalties
dumb.
against Poland, I've
Yeah.
decided. Okay, well, as you're done, we will move on to Dragons and
What's this one going to be?
Northern Irish people.
Okay.
Okay, so Wales versus Northern Ireland. I predicted in the last podcast 1-0 Wales. Amazing, that's how it ended because I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Wales versus Northern Ireland, boring game.
Yeah.
Pretty much as we'd expected. Northern Ireland just sit back and soak up the pressure, which Wales arguably didn't really want to give too much pressure to Northern Ireland. They wanted to also kind of hold back a bit, but when you got a player like Bale and you got a team like Northern Ireland sitting back, you are going to flood. And I think as the game went on, Wales started to get closer and closer and closer to scoring the decisive goal. But Northern Ireland did have chances. I think they had half chances. But yeah, eventually it all came down to unfortunate Gareth McCauley, who decided he would stick it in the back of his own net.
It was unfortunate as well.
It was unfortunate. He had a good tournament as well. He scored that very crucial goal against Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel kind of bad for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the result spells the end for Northern Ireland and of Will Grigg, I'm afraid. No Will Grigg.
But he was met
Sure
with a
is.
Will
great
Grigg.
reception when he returned home, if anybody's seen the video. So that makes
I
up
haven't
all his
seen the video.
tournament
Did someone
benching.
set him alight?
No. They're just
Oh.
the whole... The presentation of the team as they came home and the whole crowd pretty much chanted for Will Grigg, the man that didn't even participate.
Wow.
Will
Which I think
Grigg is extinguished.
But that's what you get for being a Wigan Athletic hero for the season.
Amazing. So Wales, Northern Ireland, their fans can all be proud. Oh, I'd give to be them for a day. What do you think, Wales? Then Wales, are you impressed with them? I
No.
think you've got to be now. At this
I'm,
point.
I'm impressed with the results they're getting, but they still don't seem to impress me with the performances.
I agree. Yeah.
And neither is Bale. And I don't know whether that's
Oh,
I don't know whether that's. Sorry, were you about to show a
No,
bias?
I think that's harsh. That's all.
No,
That's
I
harsh.
think like
I
I
think
think
he stepped up.
especially-
I think he
No,
stepped up.
I think in terms of like, I mean, he's scored crucial goals, obviously, but like he's shown that he can be shut out of the game, and Northern Ireland did that really well. Like Bale came so deep to like get the ball, and I don't know whether it was just like Northern Irish like sturdy defense, like great team play defensively. I don't know, but like they should have done more against that Northern Ireland side.
I think you're discrediting how good Northern Ireland actually are. I think
No,
I think
I
you're.
don't know.
No, I think you are. I think Northern
Yeah.
Ireland, they haven't got out that group by accident. They beat a decent Ukraine side. They only lost to Germany 1-0. Poland only lost 1-0. Sorry, was it 2-0 to Germany? I can't remember. But yeah, they haven't been fresh. They haven't been embarrassed. And they've come to this tournament. They've done very well. And admittedly, they're playing a style of football that perhaps isn't entertaining to watch and isn't what we want to see. But at the end of the day, that's bring them a lot of success for their country.
It's all about
And I think
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It is all about winning, I guess.
well, they lost this game, so that could be
Yeah, well,
my point. But Wales won 1-0, so yeah, Wales,
and money.
great ball from Bale to cause the own goal.
yeah,
So-
it was that. Yeah, okay. Bale did force the goal, I guess,
Yes.
but
Yes, he did.
that was one of the only things he did in the game. So.
Which one in the game?
Yeah, that's true. I'll leave my words a little bit on that one.
Although, to be fair, to that point, I still think Shaqiri's not very good, but he did score, he did
Yeah,
have the best piece of individual skill in this entire tournament.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah,
So it's all swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
exactly.
So Wales will play Belgium, who I'm sure. Should we just hand over to Elias because I feel like he's oozing. I feel like at the start of this episode he's just wanted to just basically just shag Belgium.
Well,
pretty much-
not Belgium as a country, but more Eden
Well,
Hazard.
okay, well Hazard.
That
Yes.
is-
Okay, go
that
on.
is
Just
strange.
get on with it.
I want
Tell
to
us
put
what
my
you've done.
no.
Put a do not disturb thing on the door handle.
Well, it's already close.
Put your Belgium hat on or shirt, whichever you have. 'Cause I'm sure you've got one of them.
I've got a Hazard shirt.
Belgian condom.
Belgian condom. Is that just a waffle?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, Belgium.
Absorbent.
Well, Belgium.
Just break to pieces.
Yeah, just impressive.
Sorry, got just yes, hungry.
Yeah.
Waffles.
Just
Belgium versus Hungary.
Belgium versus
talk
oh
about
my
it.
god.
Talk about Belgium versus Hungary.
I am talking about you just interrupting me. But
But
yeah.
you keep talking about condoms.
What? Okay, well, yeah, Belgium versus Hungary. Belgium, really impressive.
This has descended.
Toby
so
Alderman
far.
scored first.
Yeah.
He did.
So,
Great goal.
great goal. What a header that is.
Boom. Back of the
Yeah.
net.
Second goal.
Oh, they needed more protection with that one.
Yeah. Condoms? Yeah. Yeah, second goal. Very good.
So we've lost control a bit.
Batshit crazy. Scored.
Batshit
that was
crazy.
Batshit crazy.
third goal? No, second goal.
Batshuayi
Yeah, that was second.
came off the bench and with his first touch slotted it home from a lovely cross by Hazard. Yeah.
Yeah, who also scored a third goal with a classic Hazard goal. He's cutting it.
Is that your goal of the tournament?
No,
I was going to
it's
say, is that
no.
your goal of the tournament?
No, okay, but yeah, Hazard can have my babies, and yeah, just what a performance by him, and I expect more in the later stages of the tournament. Also, Carrasco, when he came on, he looked good, even though he was on for only
20 minutes.
20 minutes perfect.
I feel sorry for Carrasco. I feel like he should be starting over Mertens in that game.
Mertens just seem, I don't know, he hasn't really got that vision to play in that front three, I think. And yeah, I agree with you. Carrasco should be the starter.
Do you think that's a case of his? I mean, he's not particularly old. I think he's 29 matches. Do you think that's more of a case of his experience needed in that
Say
team,
international experience.
rather than
No.
Carrasco's perhaps ability? Okay.
I just think Vilmos.
Or
I just
or
think
that
Vilmos-
Carrasco is better
yeah.
off the bench. Like,
I don't think so, but I just think that Vilmos like Mertens as a player. I think he thinks that he completes that trio with his, well, not his vision, but with his what's it called? With his speed down the wing. But I don't see Mertens doing anything different that Carrasco wouldn't do, which is why I think it's weird that he's starting instead of him.
yeah, I think I'd agree with that point. Like there's no negatives to playing Carrasco over Mertens, so why not
You
try
get a
it?
taller player.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's more because of Carrasco's haircut.
Does that really
He
add?
has a weird
Yeah, he has like a Mohican,
Lego piece
doesn't
on
he?
his head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Very odd.
it's very strange. But I
I
think
think I judge people's hair, and mine's just even worse.
I think-
Moving on.
I think 4-0 was still harsh on Hungary. Really harsh.
Yeah. No.
I think for 70 minutes of the game, they were
I'd say 76 minutes.
for 70. Why 76?
Well, because that's when Batshuayi came on.
Okay, for 76 minutes of the game,
Oh, but wait, you've got to include first half injury time, so 77 minutes.
77 minutes of the game, Hungary were very much in that game, and it never. You wouldn't have said at the 76th minute and 59th second that Belgium were going to win 4-0.
Yeah,
Like,
because I put a bet on it.
They did.
I put a bet on it. I won £40. So yeah,
No, you didn't.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's great for some of us then.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
yeah, we're not
But,
endorsed by Bet365 or any other company.
Just don't bet. It's bad.
But
I've lost a lot of
I'm disappointed to see Hungary go, because they did surprise everyone at this tournament, and I think they even surprised us in the majority of this game. They carried on that surprise, like an extended surprise party.
Yeah, like a broken condom.
No,
Wow,
And-
way to lower the tone.
sure. So, I like Belgium. If they play like that for the rest of the tournament, I think they can get back onto being potential winners.
Mm.
Like they capitalized so much on Hungary pressing forward and looking tired.
Yeah.
which is really positive for them. Like to capitalize so well, like score 3 goals in 10 minutes. It's very positive.
The Belgium second goal was really strange. Hazard, the way he got around that player, it was almost like he played a pass.
He played
and
a
then,
pass, yeah.
And then like the guy passed, he realised he was offside, left it, and then Hazard just run past him anyway.
Yeah,
It
because
was really strange. It was like Hungary stopped playing.
yeah, the guy who was meant to be marking Hazard there, he just started jogging. I have no idea why, but he thought the pass would actually go to the player that he wanted the pass to go to, but Hazard just, like, it looked like he got such speed when he got to that ball, just because the player was jogging beside him. So
Yeah, Hungary really switched off for that one.
Yeah,
really did. At 3, did you see Bashwari get a yellow card at 3-0?
Yeah,
Stupid.
it was
just moronic.
Why kick the ball?
He's going to sign for Tottenham.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, £45 million.
Now that Schalke have taken Mbolo, that's it. Your only option.
If Palace have offered 31 million, but he's apparently close to joining Spurs, so I'm actually scared of how much we've spent on him. Genuinely petrified.
Well, I think it was probably personal terms, but
yeah, but he'd have to at least match that bid.
Yeah, I guess 30 million is a lot.
But yeah, anyway, the yellow card, anyway. At 3-0, basically, he got annoyed because he was offside, so he just booted the ball at the hoarding. He got booked for no apparent reason. Which is, yeah. And then I can't even remember the Carrasco goal. I think I got upset and I couldn't see it for
it just sort of got played through and slid it past.
My red, white, and green tears.
Yeah.
So we say goodbye to another cult hero of this Euros.
Hungary.
Oh. Should we have a few minutes? Should we just pause for? I'd say pause for a few minutes. Pointless, because if the podcast is silent for a couple of minutes, it's kind of
people are going to stop and listen.
So let's just all hum the Hungarian national anthem.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
A special shout out to Gabor Kirali.
Yeah, and Zoltan Gera.
Zoltan Gera.
Gabor had a brilliant tournament.
Possibly the last time we'll ever see him on the television set playing football.
Definitely for Gabor Kirali. So unless he carries on, because who else are Hungary in a playing goal?
He's the 40-year-old goalkeeper.
Yes, he is.
Wait! Was it in this game that he did the fake shot?
No, it wasn't. It was not this game.
He did like the Henri pass with the standing
I think
foot
it was against Portugal.
Oh my goodness me! I cried when I saw that.
If I can move like him at 40, I'll take it every day of the week. If I can look that good in a tracksuit bottoms.
It was so pathetic.
I think that the exaggeration of it made it.
Yeah, I know. That's what is so funny. It was so unnecessary. There was no one around him. He just did it. Oh, it was brilliant. It was like who was the goalkeeper who did the scorpion kick? It was like similar to that, just less athletic.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember the name either.
Right, we'll move on to the next game. Germany-Slovakia. We need to get a shift on, guys. Germany smashed them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They
Goals
absolutely
for
took
Germany.
Slovakia apart. It could have been 9. Phil could have had his wish for a 7-1 at the tournament, but not a 1, just a 7.
I was begging for a 7-1 because I needed both teams to score. We said Xhaka wouldn't be the last player to miss a penalty. Admittedly, we already knew Ozil missed one.
We did cheat on that one
advance.
slightly.
Yes, but Ozil missed a penalty. Didn't come back to haunt him though. I thought this generally would be like a 6-7-0 when that penalty. I was like, oh, Germany.
It could have been.
But yeah, smashed them, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think there's even much to comment on, and we can comment on another potential goal of the tournament.
No, if you're classing that,
I'm not. But
okay.
I'm on about.
I thought the Schalke bias was coming.
No, I was talking about Boateng's goal. Great goal.
I mean, it's nullified because it's a deflection.
Yeah, but
you can't have a goal of the tournament that's deflected. This is not allowed.
Apart from that,
you can say it's a great goal. You just can't have it as goal of the tournament. If a goal of the tournament or a goal of the season is ever a deflected goal, I might just.
It's not his goal, right?
No point watching football anymore. This is almost as bad as the time that Rooney shinned that bicycle kick.
Mario Gomez looks great for Germany, and they're playing so much better with an out-and-out striker playing up front instead of improvised Goetze.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant.
And
wait, what? Teenage Mutant Ninja Goetze?
Goetze wasn't used in this game, and I don't know whether a Schalke bias is coming in once again, but they looked so much better without him. I thought Julian Draxler was one of the best players on the pitch.
I know his goal was like 6 yards out, but I really, really enjoyed it. His leg gets so high.
I miss Draxler so much. When Draxler plays like that makes me miss him at Schalke.
Did he set up the Gomez goal as well? That lovely, it was a bit of skill and then just pulled it back, didn't he?
I can't remember. Probably with all the amazing things he does.
I think it was.
So
God, you're useless.
It was a long time ago, yeah. But the whole German team played well. Even Tony Kroos is just incredible for Germany. He's like, I'm trying to. What's the thing you use to strum a violin?
Strum a violin.
Whatever you do with it, rub.
Rubber violin.
Rubber violin.
It's babe, what's this thing?
No. It's bamboo.
No,
bamboo vine thing.
The bow.
Anyway,
the bow.
The bow, that's it. Tony Kroos is Germany's bow to their violin.
That is, you made us go through that for that analogy.
It's such a good analogy. It's so good. Germany has this violin, and a violin is such a beautiful thing, but without a bow, it's just a shit guitar.
Well, without a player.
And Tony Kroos is the bow that just makes it sound beautiful.
Right.
I want to move on.
People
So I'm disgusted.
You can tweet me at Militant Monkey with 2 Ys if you enjoyed that analogy, because I know it was good.
So the bow of Germany's violin. From there, we move to the bow of Italy's selector.
Oh,
boom! Bow select. I don't know. Italy 2, Spain 0.
Called it.
Unbelievable.
Called it.
Spain.
Sitting here, head
Masterclass
massive.
by Italy. Masterclass.
Wasn't even that. Well, yes, it was, but
What?
it wasn't even. Wasn't. I said
Italy have been the most impressive team this tournament.
Spain haven't proven themselves yet.
They cut what?
I said it. I said it in the last podcast, and I said that Italy were beaten 1 or 2-0, and I'm sat here basking in my greatness.
I don't think
basking is that.
I definitely did say that.
God.
I definitely said that because I said Spain lost to the only challenge they had.
Yes.
Against Croatia.
I don't think you said 2-0. The number 2 didn't come out of your mouth.
Or I may have said 1-0 then, which it basically was 1-0 if you think about it.
It was.
Well, it was
because the last goal was just Spain trying not to get out of the competition and tried too hard. It's like when you go on overload on Football Manager and concede. So technically it was 1-0. Italy beat them 1-0, then Spain gifted them a goal.
Interesting.
So I was right. I called the Spain thing right.
This game. Moving on from Michael's, just straight up arrogance. This Italy-Spain game, very similar to the Italy-Belgium game. I think in the way that it sort of planned out, Italy got their goal in the first half.
Even the goals were the same.
Yeah, the Pella one especially, pretty much a carbon copy. But De Gea. I mean, we've had a few goalkeeping howlers this tournament already. How harsh is it to blame him for that? Because he really should be holding that. Even if he doesn't, he should be pushing it away from goal.
With the saves he made throughout the game, I don't think you blame him for them losing the game.
That's exactly that's the thing. And also, the free kick is not exactly a long range free kick. It's on the edge. Well, it's just outside the D. And it's hit with power. I think it's difficult where it lands for him to knock it away because it's landed so close to him. Yeah. It's almost in that difficult zone as a keeper where it's between your body, it's between your body and your arms. And I think
the problem I have with this thing though, you say De Gea's made loads of saves this game. I'd say that's fine, right? The only problem with that is Buffon also had an incredible game. And he didn't make a mistake. So that's the difference between a world-class
Buffon is
keeper
also... Yeah, Buffon is...
a great keeper, you know?
Yeah, but... I don't know. Yeah, I guess I can agree somewhat. But I thought De Gea, apart from that maybe questionable mistake, I thought he made what... I think it was from Giancarini's shot. He made a really good save.
Yeah.
De Gea had a really good game. I don't know whether I think if if it was Joe Hart, we'd say it was Joe Hart mistake. So I guess we could call it a David De Gea mistake. But De Gea made some incredible, like, one-on-one saves and everything.
I'm not denying he made any incredible saves. I'm just saying the
Yeah,
goal
yeah.
was
No,
definitely
no.
his fault.
I wouldn't say definitely, but I'd say he definitely contributed a significant amount.
I don't know. I think he's to blame. Blame De Gea. Interesting thing that happened as well this game. It's not usually seen. Substitute came on. Substitute went off. Adarice. Sorry, should we clarify this? Because that pretty much happens every game. Adarice came on and then went off.
He was injured.
It's always, yeah, I know, but it's always interesting to see. It's always weird.
How long did he play? Was it like 35 minutes or something, man?
Yeah. But okay, maybe it's just me. I just always find that odd.
Yeah,
He
it's strange.
wanted to go off because he was injured. He was having pains.
I saw his landing.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Oh, nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. But it was would you call it like a classic, like a perfectly demonstrated 3-5-2 performance?
I think I wouldn't even say that. I'd say it's a perfectly executed Italy performance.
Yeah, like Conte's tactics of, like, we know that he prefers to play three at the back with Italy. Like the 3-5-2 works so well. Like the wing backs would. Italy played that game out perfectly and didn't. I know I criticised Spain a lot, but they didn't give Spain a look in.
Yeah, well, they did have chances, Spain, but I see what you're saying. It never really looked like
But Italy
anyone
could have
was
scored
winning
so
this
many
game.
more.
It didn't look like anyone was winning this game other than Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm actually worried about now? I actually didn't I didn't not rate Conte, but I didn't think Conte was as good as I now believe he is, and I'm actually terrified for Chelsea next season.
I somewhat agree.
I'm actually shitting my pants next season for Chelsea. Excuse my French.
Italian.
Yeah. Excuse my Italiano. Yes.
So yeah.
So that's we'll quickly go through the quarterfinals then for predictions. Yeah. Portugal, Poland, quick fire predictions.
2-0 Poland.
Wrong.
I think it'll be another boring. I reckon I'll go to extra time as 0-0. And I think penalties Portugal.
I think penalties Portugal is actually a very good shout.
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be.
I'm going to go Portugal in extra time. Wales, Belgium.
4-0 Belgium.
Oh my god.
2-0 Belgium.
1-0 Wales. Germany, Italy.
1-0 Germany.
Extra time 1-0 Germany.
1-0 Italy. I'm just going against your purpose now. France, Iceland.
I can. If I know your tactic here, Phil, I'm going to go for 4-0 Iceland.
Well, I was actually going to go 2-0 France.
Alright, no, I was going to go for 1-0 France. So.
I'm going to say France win in 90 minutes and 3-1.
Okay, interesting. I just want to change my Wales one as well. I want to change it to no, not Wales, Italy. 2-0. 2-0 Italy. No, 2-1 Italy. 2-1. Okay.
Any other scores you'd like to cover off in that game?
Red card in the Poland-Portugal game, and a missed penalty in Wales, Belgium.
Thank you.
So, if those things come off, holy shit!
Hello, Betmaster.
Right, I need a title for my game this week.
What?
Tell me the answers, and I'll tell you a good title.
Hello and welcome to Tell Me the Answers. I'm your host Phil, and today we've got some questions. So this is based on the premise of higher or lower. I believe you know the game.
God.
Can you do it in the style of Joe Pasquale for me, please?
I'm Joe Pasquale.
I've had an accident. What?
Shut up. Right. So higher or lower, you know the concept. I say something, give you a number, you have to tell me if it's higher or lower. Okay. So the concept of this game, you get a point if you tell me if it's higher or lower. You get a bonus point if you tell me exactly how many. Okay?
Ooh.
So it's currently 3-2. Michael has pegged it back from 3-0.
Somehow.
And I don't know how many more shows we've got, but this is going to be tight.
Bitter.
You're better. Okay. Well,
no, bitter.
Bitter? Oh, well.
Well, better as well.
Better and bitter. Bitter, better. Pitter, patter.
Sweet.
Carry on.
Green Army. Right. Elias, do you want to go first or second?
I want to go first because when I
didn't start,
first.
It doesn't actually
that's
matter
true.
because I've already given you the same questions are going to be answered. So, England, the amount of games they have won at Euro 2016 is 1. But can you tell me higher or lower, please? Penalties scored at Euro 2016.
Penalty scored, it's lower.
What, than 1?
Yeah.
Penalties scored at Euro 2016. How many? So you're saying 0?
Was it 0? I can't remember.
Penalties scored 2016. The correct answer is 6.
What?
So
What? What? Oh, do you mean qualifies as well?
No,
6 penalties. What?
6 penalties. Have you even watched the game?
Wait, are you saying England?
Do you want me to go through them?
Wait, what?
So you've got Stanku for Romania in the first game against France.
Wait, whoa. I missed the question completely. I thought you asked how many penalties England have scored throughout Euros 2016.
Well, the answer would be 1 because they scored against Iceland.
Well, yeah. And I forgot that. But yeah, I got
I'm sorry, you're getting the straight up 0 for that one.
Wow.
Sorry,
Yes.
that's
Alright.
shocking.
That
Right.
is a poor
Okay,
showing.
so the answer for that one was 6. So 6, higher or lower than 6, right? English, the number of Premier League managers who are English, higher or lower than 6? We lost him.
What? Oh, is it me still?
Yes, you still. Still.
Wow, higher or lower
Sorry.
than 6. I'll say lower.
Can we have a number lower than 6?
4.
Close. The actual number is 5 English managers in the Premier League.
Mm.
You've got Eddie Howe of Bournemouth, Sean Dyche of Burnley, Alan Pardew,
Sam
Steve
Allardyce.
Bruce, and Sam Allardyce. Yes. So,
Mm.
Elias, next one.
Okay.
So, higher or lower than 5? Total players in the UEFA Team of the Year that managed to get into the knockout stages of Euro 2016.
Let's see.
Higher or lower than 5, please.
It's higher.
Right, can we have a number, please?
6.
Correct.
Yes.
Bonus point achieved. The
Oh,
players, of course,
no.
are Neuer, Ramos, Piqué, Iniesta, Pogba, and Ronaldo.
Yes.
Good. Well played. Well played,
Thank you.
Elias.
Thank you.
So, higher or lower than 6? The amount of unbeaten teams at Euro 2016.
2. I think it's 2, so lower.
Lower than 2. You get a point for lower, but the actual answer is 5.
5. Okay.
So,
5.
wait, I'm trying to...
The teams
Iceland?
are...
Germany?
Well, let me just go through in this order because it's easier. France... France, Germany, Poland,
Portugal?
Iceland, and Portugal. That's 5.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so unbeaten teams 5. So Elias, last one. Higher or lower than 5? Injury time goals in Euro 2016.
It's lower. And
And a
3.
number, please. It's actually higher, and it's 8.
Whoa!
That's a big amount.
Okay. I thought
Do you
it
want me
was.
to go through them for you again, or?
No, it's fine. But I thought it was. I thought the most goals were scored after like the 87th and then between
Yeah,
the 90th.
There
Yeah,
have been,
yeah, no,
there
I-
have been a lot of 87, 88, 89 minute goals, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got 4. Michael, this is beatable. You could
Right, this
level
is-
it up here.
I've actually got nervous.
I messed it up.
You've got some England-based ones. I was going
Oh,
to give this
see
one
the-
specifically to Ellis, the first one, but
The
You know.
England ones just make me think I should win, though, and that's
Yeah.
the issue I've got right now.
so Poland scored 5 penalties in the penalty shootout. But is this higher or lower than 5? The amount of Euro goals that Andy Carroll has scored.
I'm going to go with lower. Was it 5, the number, yeah?
Yeah,
Lower, I'm going to say 2.
it's actually just 1, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Against
but
Sweden,
I got the lower.
Of
I'll
course
take.
it's against Sweden.
Okay, so your number is 1. Higher or lower than 1, Michael? Years between England winning the World Cup and making their Euro Championships debut.
Wait, what?
So the year they made their debut compared to the year they won the World Cup. So how many years from 1966, basically? Shouldn't have told you that. You might not even have known when England won the World Cup.
Well, no, I did, but surely it's got to be higher.
Than one.
And yeah. Oh,
Yep.
wait. So hang on. I'm trying to work out this out. Can it go the other way as well?
Oh,
and be-
yeah.
Do you not understand? It's
I
it's
just realised
higher.
it
and
can't
then-
actually not
yeah.
be higher.
yeah, exactly.
That's
That's what I
stupid.
mean.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go with 2.
I should have put that one after. Yes, too. I'm sorry, I've just rigged this. Okay, so Michael's on 3, Elise is on 4. Michael, you have 3 more. A chance to get 3 more. So, teams that have come from... Right, so 2, higher or lower than 2. Teams that have came from behind to win in this Euros. Higher or lower?
I'm gonna go with higher.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with 5.
incorrect. It's 4.
Oh, so close. Is it all square?
It's 4 all. You have 2 more to get.
And my number is 4.
4. Amount of own goals at this Euros.
Oh, I think it's lower. I think is it just 2?
It's at least 3.
It's 3, but it is lower.
Oh,
This is so rigged!
yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry, I've messed up Elias twice, two episodes in a row now. First it was Dario Serna, and now it was just mathematical genius by me.
play
Okay.
the last one. Is there one more to go?
Okay. Yeah, the own goals 3. Higher or lower? Amount of times Germany have beaten Italy at the Euros.
I'm gonna go with. I don't really know. I'm gonna go with. Is this? I'm gonna go higher and 4.
It's actually lower because Germany, including the World Cup, have never beaten Italy.
Really?
At a
Wow.
major tournament.
Wow.
That's a
Yeah.
stat.
That
That's
is
a
a stat.
stat.
That is a fun stat
That's
to
a
end the
Michael
game.
stat
I
right
think-
there.
Yes. Football.
Well, if
So
I
there it
wasn't
is then.
bitter before.
Does that make it 3-3?
That's 3 all.
Wow.
So to be fair, Ellis probably would have won that if
No,
he
I
didn't
don't-
mess up the first question so bad. If he didn't misunderstand and then
I
just
think
get
I'd
it
have
wrong.
taken more time to get the exact numbers, so maybe not. But you
I
know,
mean, it's questionable. Fantastic episode, guys. Really proud you could make it.
Yeah.
thanks, host.
Glad you came.
Thanks,
Glad you
host.
came.
Please pay us.
I think we should have, because I don't think we've had one yet. I think we should have a thanks to our hostess with the mostess.
Who's the hostess?
Hannah.
Hostess?
That's you.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Because you acknowledge us at the end of the episodes, but we haven't yet acknowledged you. So
yeah, we haven't really spoken.
yeah, so well done, Phil.
Oh,
Thank you for
thanks.
presenting so far.
And on that rather dapper note, I'd like to say goodbye. Fuck these guys. See you later.
Whoa.
Bye.
I'm genuinely ended now. You can say
Oh.
goodbye.
Okay, but
Fine, these guys have been alright too.
Okay, thanks.
Say goodbye, Michael. Say goodbye, Elias.
Goodbye.
Bitter.
I actually waved
Yeah,
as well.
I didn't.
If you were wondering.
Video podcast coming soon. See you later. Bye.